Hi guys, so those of you that are new to me, my name's Claire and I'm a shamanic counsellor, healer and medium. I absolutely love astrology, so I am often weaving in the moon cycles, the full moon, the new moon, and talking about bits and bobs of astrology. I very much intuitively, and I'm a channeler, that's the biggest thing that I am. I very much intuitively tune into the astrology. So sometimes I will be clued up on it. I'll always know what the new moon and the full moon is and then the eclipses and stuff. But you know, it takes years to learn astrology and I'm a channeler. But I mean, actually, I'll tell you a little story. This crystal in particular, this one's been with me the longest. This crystal, when I started off working in a shop where I live in Edinburgh, that's where I found out. That's really where I found out how amazing my channeling ability actually was, and it was because it was a crystal shop, obviously surrounded by lots of crystals. Because I was talking to my friend that owned the shop, and I was picking up the crystals, I found out that actually I could tell you what each crystal means just by holding it and tuning in. So I'd pick this up and I'd be like, oh yeah, you know, this is green kunzite, or if I didn't know the name, I'd be like, oh, this is for the heart chakra, it'll help specifically with healing this, it'll help, you know what I mean? And it's like I just went into it all. I'm a bit more rusty since I haven't worked in the crystal shop, because that was, wait a minute, was it 4 years ago, 3 years ago? It was a few years ago anyway. But yeah, that was where I found out how amazing a channeling ability actually was. So that crystal is quite dear to my heart. But yeah, so I do lots of different things. Also, you know, I love inner child work. That's something that I'm really passionate about. And I bring self-love and spiritual soulmate, whatever labels, there's lots of different labels for it. Basically, self-love and spiritual soulmate relationship seems to come into a lot of my work as well. So, you know, the cards kind of reflect that. I picked cards that really spoke to me to do this. And one of the decks, again, this colour deck I've had for years, and made up my own chakra soul empowerment reading, which I've done at the shop. This table's a little bit wobbly, but we'll work with it. And so yeah, you'll see that within the decks they're you know, one's about crystals, colours, and I've put in a few cards to do with that could either pertain to love or self-love. Again, it's a little mixture of everything that I'm all about. So it'll kind of give those of you that are maybe new to me a little bit of a feeling of how I work. But I really do just totally trust and follow my intuition. So you'll soon find out what I'm all about if you're new to me. And those of you that are not new to me, thank you for watching this. So this is your little instruction, I guess, to pick pile 1, which is pyrite, or is commonly known as fool's gold. Pile 2 is selenite. Pile 3 is green kunzite. If I called that kyanite, sorry, it's green kunzite. I keep doing that. Again, I wouldn't have done that years ago when I worked in the crystal shop, but my memories went a bit rusty. So the channeling wasn't firing on all cylinders there, but I think I might have just called that kyanite. But if I did, sorry, it's green kunzite. Can't really see that it's green, but it's green kunzite. Right, so, and we've got a clear quartz. So, or pile 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you're a bit, you know, if you're kind of like, oh my God, I don't know, and making, you know, I don't know what to decide, which is really funny because it's actually in one of these piles, there's actually quite a big theme of being indecisive or needing to make a decision. So, you know, it would be interested to know if you resonate with what I'm saying now, and then you pick that, you know, actual pile wherever it is. So that'll be quite funny. But yeah, you know, don't, if you're overthinking it too much, please don't. Just go with 1, 2, 3, or 4, or whatever crystal's calling to you. You do what feels natural to you and trust that you'll pick the pile that you're meant to hear. When I start talking about romantic love, you know, it's impossible that it's going to hit absolutely everyone, but usually the way that I read, mostly on Facebook and Instagram, the people that are meant to find it do find it. So I'm going to trust that it's going to be the same with this. Right, let's get into it. So this is the cards for pile 1. So we've got the colour card, we've got brown, we've got assessing, we've got titanium rainbow quartz, we've got rebuild, which is a 16, which is the tower card, and we've got new love, and we've got codependency. I'll get to that when I get to it. And we've got love, which came out, so I thought that was quite nice. Right, so basically, for the people that have chose pile 1, I feel there's a theme going on with this full moon, because if I hadn't already said, this is what do I need to know for the full moon in Sagittarius, I don't know if I did say that, so I'm saying it now, okay, guys? Right, so basically, I feel that what you need to do at the full moon in Sagittarius is you do need to establish better boundaries. So, and I'm saying that because it actually says on the card, establish better boundaries. But what this card is about as well, I will read it from the book because it's got a really nice meditation. I'll read that at the end of each of the piles, actually. Because the healing mainly comes through my voice and my hands, you know, people usually do like to, like for instance, when I'm doing personal sessions, people like me to voice note sessions, and I actually like doing that too. I prefer that over writing. So I will do that, and you can sort of, you know, zen out when I do the little, it's just a very short meditation, but anyway, yeah, the brown to me intuitively sort of says it's about grounding. So it's like on this full moon in Sagittarius, I feel like you've got a lot going on, you know, I feel like I'm being pulled in all different directions. I just feel like there's a real need to get grounded in the present moment and live from the present moment and not worry too much about the future or the past, and just accept and be grateful for where you are right now. And if you're not feeling so good, it's about just really being present and giving yourself a lot of compassion and healing. It's like, you know, Spirit are drawing me to talk about, like, we just came out of the Scorpio moon period there, and I definitely found that quite challenging, actually, quite difficult. Emotions came up, but again, you know, I'm a shamanic healer. Shamanic healers aren't called wounded healers for nothing. You know, and I'm also a counsellor, so you know, and I also go to my own counsellor because I feel that makes my work even deeper when I'm always looking at myself and, you know, making my awareness stronger and stronger. But it is this kind of feeling of, for whatever reason, you know, deep feelings have arisen, and, you know, you might need a bit of time to yourself, actually, is what I'm feeling, which is, you know, Sagittarius full moon. I mean, I'm a Sag moon, so I mean, Sagittarius in the moon sign to me really is about, and I'm not just being biased, by the way, it is like, it's about fun, love, not really so much love, but like laughter, like fun, laughter, joy, childlike, magical, playful energy, because that's what I'm like. Do you mean I'm all about love and laughter and making people laugh, and I love to laugh and just being really happy. But what I'm kind of being drawn to say is, you know, it's a full moon is also a time of deep healing, and it's also a time of like releasing, forgiveness, and shining a light of truth. And Sagittarius happens to be the blunt truth. Again, I know that very well because I'm, you know, a spiritual catalyst for change. And it's, you know, and often that is what Spirit do with me. Like I bring the truth in a big way through to people. And that is because of my Sagittarius moon, it's because of my Aries sun, and it's because of my Scorpio rising. It's also because of my Venus and Aries. I could go on and on and on. I've got so many placements that are all about the truth. It's not even funny. Like I'm all about the integrity, and it's kind of like that's what I'm feeling is really important for you right now in pile 1. It's like I feel there's just, and again, look at all this, it's like all the information that's coming through as well. It's interesting. It's like, but again, it'll be because I'm Sagittarius moon and it's a Sag moon and I'm doing it in a big way. But it's kind of like, I feel like this is about, there's so much going on. There's so many people pulling you in different directions. And I feel like you might have to just be like, you know what? I'm going to have to just take a bit of time myself. Like I need to kind of work with these feelings. So let's move into the next card and see what that's all about. I will read that at the end though. So that's just what I've picked up from that there. Right. So with this Assassin card, it did come out reversed. In this deck, you know, the offer doesn't really have a reversed meaning, but when I'm drawn to, I will. So I kind of just took it to mean this card is about assessing whether intentions that you made previously are still what you want to stick to. And if not, a full moon, like I said, is about releasing and healing. It's about letting it go. So if you set intentions on the new moon, perhaps, or a new moon, or at any point, you know, you made a wish, whatever you want to call it, you put something out there, and it's just not happening. It's about really assessing, is it not happening because perhaps your heart isn't in it? Like, do you need to channel your energy towards something that you really, really do want and perhaps let this go? Like, only you're going to know. But I do feel that, like, because it came out reversed, there's a bit of a reluctance to even look at a situation. And I feel that, you know, those of you that are getting pulled in different directions with what I was picking up on here, it's about And I feel somebody that's a Scorpio is really going to resonate with that, because I'm going like that and pointing the Scorpio symbol. But it's like, I feel it could take a lot of self-discipline or a lot of self-care to actually admit to yourself that you do need to have a bit of time and really make your boundaries clear, so that you can assess the situation properly and get into your deeper feelings about this. And I say that because, and also this is a number 9. 9 is about completion. Full moons are also about completion, so that feels very significant. It's like you need to, I just keep wanting to go like that, or you know, that emoji that's like that. It's like, you know, I feel you need to have a bit of time to yourself to work with your deeper feelings. And that takes me very nicely onto this titanium rainbow quartz card, and it says multifaceted. There are many layers and dimensions to the situation or person you're asking about. So it's interesting that I mentioned the Scorpio, because I feel either, you know, somebody, this might be a personal message for somebody now coming through, I think, but it's like, again, my eyes are getting drawn to the Scorpio there as well. But it's like, I feel there's a Scorpio energy involved here. So either it's your sun, moon, or rising, or perhaps you're like me and you've just got a lot of Scorpio in your chart, or the person that you're inquiring about or that you're thinking about is a Scorpio. But there's something going on here about somebody having many layers to them. And again, that could be said for all of us, but I definitely feel when people have got heavy Scorpio in their chart, it really is. It's like, you know, it's like I said the other day in a Facebook Live. If you're in with a Scorpio, it's going to be like, you know, you're in and, you know, you've got that loyalty and that trust and intensity, whether it's a friendship or definitely a romantic relationship. But it goes the other way if you're not in with them. And like, you know, it's kind of like you'll never fully know who they are. Do you know what I mean? It's like they kind of give you all or nothing. And I know that because, again, I've got a Scorpio rising. But I mean, I'm a bit of a mixed bag because I've got the Aries is so open as well. And Sagittarius is, you know, playful and open too. But again, you know, I have got that very mysterious and kind of quiet psychic side to me as well, that just, you know, when people think they know you, actually there's a lot more layers to you than meets the eye kind of thing. And so I feel that could either resonate with you, or it's about somebody that you're thinking about. And it says there are many layers and dimensions to the situation or a person that you're asking about. Again, so there's something going on there with really needing to look deeper. And in order to look deeper, that's how you need to put your boundaries up. Right, so, and coming on nicely to 16, which is actually, I think this is meant to be the Tower card. In fact, I know it's the Tower card. It's the 16. So, you know, and it's actually in this deck, it's got rebuild on it. So I feel, again, that's why you need to really establish your boundaries. So perhaps you haven't had such good boundaries lately or ever, but whatever it is, you do need to watch your boundaries on this Sagittarius full moon, because I feel like people around you are maybe pushing your boundaries a bit. So it is just about, you're trying to, like, you know, you're trying to work out what no longer serves you and kind of what you want to let go in your life. You do need that time to yourself to get down the deep layers of yourself, which is why I mentioned probably, you know, that obviously that I'm a counsellor, but also that I see my own counsellor and healers, so that I can keep working on the layers of myself and trust and everything like that. Because it's actually very hard. Again, if those of you that are Scorpio placements, you'll know that it is quite hard for Scorpio people, I think, to fully trust people. And it is because we pick up on the energies that are really subtle, the things that people aren't saying. We're just really, really strong at picking up on energy. But whatever's going on with you, I feel you are in a period of, you've went through a bit of Tower moments, you went through a bit of drama, a bit of heartache, a bit of pain. And again, that's why you could be a bit distrusting of people lately, because it's like, look, this person, so it doesn't matter, I think it's a woman actually, it's like, it doesn't matter whether you're a man, woman, or the person that you're thinking about is a man or woman, it's, you know, this person, so it's you or someone else, is guarding their heart. Like, they're guarding their heart because they've been hurt. And it's not just one hand, it's both hands guarding their heart. But it's also them healing their heart. So again, this is you healing your heart, or spirit keep making me say the person that you're thinking about. So it's going to be different for different people, but you can let me know in the comments. But yeah, you're in a period of rebuilding your life. And it does, you know, so if you haven't had good boundaries in the past, this is the new going forward, is that you are going to have good boundaries going forward. I also feel with the 6 and the 1 adding up to 7 to me is always about a higher power, trusting in a higher power and building a stronger link with spirit, the divine, universe, whatever you want to call it, your guides. I feel that, like, so this actually, I'm picking up on a bit of spiritual awakening, dark night, the soul stuff going on, and that's what's making you have better boundaries. So interesting. Right. So this is the bit that's either going to still apply to you, or, you know, maybe it's going to just be for some people and not others. So again, take what resonates and leave the rest. So this is for matters of the heart. So my intention when I pulled the cards was, what does this what does these people need to know that choose pile 1 for the full moon Sagittarius? And then I said, what do they need to know about self-love or love? And the cards that came out were codependency, addictions are affecting your love life. So what I'm feeling with this, right, is it's about, if you are focusing all your energy on your partner or the person that you want to be your partner, it's about really sort of assessing, is that healthy for you? And again, it's like, because I always think when I see this card when I'm doing a personal reading, especially if somebody's in like a really deep, intense, like spiritual soulmate relationship or something, it's kind of like, you know, it's especially if they're ghosting you a bit or not talking to you, or even if you're with them but they're being a bit distant, like you live together but they're being emotionally distant. It's all about, it's never healthy to obsess or have an addiction over what somebody else is doing all the time. And I'd always, like, you know, recommend that you try and ground your energy a bit more, like this card, and detach a little bit, and just, or distract, whatever it takes to let go, assess, like, is this healthy? And only you're going to know. Like, you might be like, no, Claire, you know, I care really deeply about this person, but I've also got my own life and I love myself and I've got my own things going on. And that's great. But there's definitely going to be some people that are like, oh shit, you're totally on to me. So, you know, it's just about bringing in that new love for yourself. Like, you know, that you can still know that you've got this deep attraction for your partner. I more feel this is people that aren't with their person. It's a bit more complicated, but it's about bringing this new passionate romance with yourself. Like, take yourselves on dates, do stuff that you love to do, spend time with people that you love, like, have fun. And I promise you, the more you have fun just being yourself, accepting yourself and loving yourself, if this person that you really care deeply about that's not coming forward yet, they'll feel it and they'll come forward if it's meant. What's for you won't go by you. And if not, you'll attract somebody even better, like a new love, like the card says. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. But again, make that new person be you. Like, fall in love with yourself. And that's a bit cheesy, but that's what came through. And just to go with the cheese, we've got the card love. And this intention with these cards was, what does this person need to know, you know, for some self-care? And it was love. And it says, choose love, let your love become a powerful force for change. So overall, I feel that the people that chose pile 1, it is all about establishing better boundaries, and where you might need to go into hermit mode a little bit to assess your deeper feelings about yourself or another, or a situation that you've got deep feelings about. Again, I'm kind of feeling for a lot of people that's going to be a romantic one, because you're in a process of rebuilding your life after a painful period, actually, is what I'm feeling. And so you're still a bit protective of your heart, and this person is protective of their heart. You're kind of feeling the same, actually, and it might take a bit of time for them to come forward and open up. But, you know, have faith, because love conquers all. And again, I'm not going to go over those cards because I already went over them. Right, loving that. So I've spent a bit much longer than I wanted to spend on each pile, but let's get into the next one. Actually, before I get into the next one, I forgot I was going to read this. Right, so I'm going to read the little I'll read all of it because it's short. I'll read the meditation. So I'll hold it up. Brown. I always try to do short videos, but it just ain't me. So maybe I'll try and do a short one next time. Establish boundaries. Brown is a colour of earthiness. It assists you to get in touch with nature, animal wisdom, and universal wisdom. It's also helpful in creating healthy boundaries and attaining a balanced perspective. Brown can assist you to connect to the healing properties of nature and revive your energy and creativity. Use the brown ray to deepen your connection to the earth and create healthy boundaries. And it says, this is the meditation, if you want to, don't know if it's needed to close your eyes, but you can close your eyes and see how you go. So it says, go outside and find a stick and draw a circle on the ground. Now, I suggest that you could actually visualize doing this if you don't want to actually do this. Stand inside the circle. Breathe in some fresh air. Allow the brown rays of light to connect you to the earth. And say, or just listen to me saying, Divine light, I choose to create new boundaries for myself and others. I choose to listen to my own inner guidance and follow it. I respect myself, value myself, and love myself. Then state how you'd like to be treated by others. Only leave the circle when you feel clear about your boundaries. You can open your eyes if you close them. And this page actually lands on page 22, which is a very powerful number. And I'm actually being reminded that Pluto is currently at 22 degrees in Capricorn. So it is all about, interesting, Capricorn is about boundaries and strictness and rules and karma and time and stuff. So I really do feel that that's quite a huge influence for the people that chose this pile 1 as well, about, you know, where you might not have had strong boundaries in the past. Spirit really want you to assess that and make sure that you are making space and time for yourself, sacred space, to tune into what you really want, especially as this full moon is so magical and play-like, childlike and playful. And again, I'm being biased because I'm a Sag moon. But anyway, right, let's go into pile 2. So I hope that served you, pile 1, and this is pile 2. Right, so this pile 1 might just be a bit of a longer channel in there, but who knows? Wait a minute. Why is that came out in such a funny order? Right, I need to put that in order that I want. There. Right. Oh, do you know what's really funny? Oh, that's too funny. Right, I can't. I'm going to have to just keep going with this video. I was going to, because I've went on for so long, but I have to, because that was so. Look what one of the cards is for pile 2. Let go of control issues, and there was me like, oh, I don't like the order that this is in. So that's totally to do it. Right, let's go on with it. Right. So for the people, excuse me, now I'm burping up people's energy. That's what I do when I'm as a shamanic healer. And it's not that all shamanic healers do that, by the way. It's just that is what spirit do with me, is when I'm picking up people's energy, I start kind of like, it's like I start burping silently, thank God. Right, so we've got, first of all, green. And this card, when I used to pull this all the time for my clients years ago when I worked in the crystal shop, or even when I do it online, but it more just reminds me when I was in the crystal shop, it's about awakening, because it's a number 11 card. So it really is about manifestation, and it's about awakening. So I feel, first of all, you really are going through the intense parts of your spiritual awakening. Again, I tend to feel everyone this year, everyone that chooses to go on their spiritual awakening journey is going to be going through it. But you know, unless you're like me and you went through your dark night so years ago, I really do feel you are going to have periods of challenging spiritual awakening moments, magical ones too. Like when you see 11:11 on the clock. Perhaps you're one of those people that's been seeing 11:11 on the clock and you're new to all of this and it's exciting and all that. Right. Revitalize your nervous system. Again, what's coming to me is green. It's commonly a color of healing, so I'm feeling you're needing a lot of healing in your life right now, particularly heart healing. Green always reminds you of the heart chakra, but also you're needing to really watch your health, like your health routines. So not to be serious, but I mean, like, you know, kind of like eating right, sleeping right, exercise. I feel like that's something spirit are wanting you to pay attention to as well, and then I'll read that at the end. Loving that pile 2 literally got the full moon card. I don't know if you can see, but it actually says full moon power. And I pulled this in a personal reading the other day, and it's a very, very powerful card. Wow, it's also another 16, which reminds me of the Tower, which reminds me of what I was saying here about spiritual awakening energy. Kind of energy that's going to shake you up to wake you up, I think, is coming in on this full moon in Sagittarius. And again, I really do feel that feels quite important, that for pile 1 there was also a 16 card, which was, you know, which is the Tower. So there's another intensity in this pile as well. So there's a lot of change and awakening energy going on during this full moon for you as well. Let's and actually, I didn't read the book for that card at this point, but I really love what this says. So I'm going to read this out of here. So, stay in your true power. I'll hold it up. Stay in your true power. Shine brightly. Do not hide who and what you are. The time is right to attract big things for yourself. Remember, Sagittarius full moon, it's about expansion and big things. Ancestral energy is important. Open your mind to larger possibilities. I'm loving that's so funny that there's things about big and larger, and that's what Jupiter and Sagittarius is. Open your mind to larger possibilities. Big magic can be wrought. And again, big magic is a wonderful sentence for this full moon as well. And the affirmation is, I have power, it is real. And it says, go outside on a clear night and look up. Hopefully, you'll see the stars are twinkling. If you really are lucky, you might see the swirling Milky Way swirling across the darkness. And then there she is, the big full moon, unmistakable in her glory and power. She moves the earth itself, stabilizes it into orbit. She releases and pulls the seas. She's the object of devotion, the inspiration of poems, the realm of goddesses, and she's witnessed the very first of us rise up on two legs and venerate her. Generation after generation, we have stood barefoot under the same moon, wishing, setting intentions, dancing, drawing in her graceful power. You're made of the very swirling matter that is the stuff of stars. You are pure possibility, changing constantly, renewing and transforming. Take this moment to recognize that power, and rejoice in it. For your next step is a precursor to your future self. And the crystal that goes with that is moonstone. So I'm just loving the energy of that card, and I loved particularly what it said in the book. Right, moving on. So intense energy for you, pile 2, and we've got citrine. Citrine is a crystal of abundance. It's good for picking up your energy, like if you're feeling a bit low, depressed, just a bit down. And again, it could be because there's a lot of fun stuff with spiritual awakening, like, oh, I'm getting drawn to the numbers, synchronicities, serendipity, just magical, happy accidents. But I'm going to be real here, I'm going to be blunt and honest, because I'm a Sagittarius moon, and that's true, it's Sagittarius moon, and it's a Sagittarius full moon. There's a lot of shit parts of it too. Do you know what I mean? There has to be difficult, challenging energy to, like I say, to shake you up, to wake you up, and that is a 16 card. So, some energy that might have come your way lately or going to come, it might make you, doubt yourself a bit or worry, or perhaps you've been there lately. But it says unnecessary worries. Release the burden of worries by giving them to God for healing and solutions. So I really do feel it's about trusting. And you know what? I really feel like it's about getting out under the full moon and looking up at her and releasing and being like, do you know what? Yeah, and if you are feeling particularly shitty, it's about, I don't know what's going on here, Spirit. I don't know what's going on here, Universe. But I'm going to release control. I'm going to jump through one of the cards. Release control over this situation and trust that a higher power has got my back and things are working out. It's just things are falling apart first and then they're going to fall into place. And it's just I've got to trust that that's what's happening right now. And it says, allow this situation to unfold naturally. And again, full moons are for releasing, letting go, and trusting that you've done all you can. And so, release those worries, give it to God and let go. I love that saying that's about, give it to God. It's like, just release that worry and the burdens. Right. The other card that I pulled from the Psychic Tarot of the Heart, this is so interesting. Oh my God, I've just noticed in pile 1, there was a 9 and a 16, and I'm pretty sure. And in this deck, there's a 9 and a 16. I might be imagining that, but I don't think I am. Right. So, anyway, 9s are about completion, full moons are about completion, healing, forgiveness, letting go, anything that you associate with an ending. So it's not like endings don't always need to be bad. Don't want to use the word bad, but you know what I mean? Endings don't need to be sad or unhappy or dramatic. Endings can be like, this can be like a happy ending. And it looks like by the fact that I'm holding the dreams coming true card, I think it is. But actually, I'm sure when I drew it in reverse. So I feel it's like, the worries might be that, the worries might be about, I think this is like this personal reading that I've done. It's like you're a bit worried to step into your power, to step into your true self and show how powerful you are. But the thing is, see, when you are able to just be yourself and step into your power, that's when you are at your most magnificent self. That is when you are magnificent. And it says, own your magnificence. The world needs your brilliance and grace. So it's really, this pile 2, it's about not dimming your light, actually. It's about just, you can't control other people's reactions to you. All you can control is your actions, right? And I feel that there's an element of you dimming your light or not putting your full potential out there. So I'm telling you to do it, because that's when we can turn the card around and make your dreams come true. And again, it's like, I just feel this big heart expansion in my heart chakra when I said that. But then my throat went a bit like something was lodged in it. So I do feel that is the kind of you holding your voice back a bit or holding yourself back a bit. But it's about, just take your time. You don't need to do it all at once. You just need to take one step forward. Just keep taking a step forward, one step at a time. And that is you being yourself. Because again, it's you know, I'm finding it hard to put into words. So I feel that this is going to tie in with somebody watching this right now, but that you're finding it hard to put your feelings into words. But it's that kind of feeling of, you don't need to have your shit all together, right? Nobody has their shit all together, really, right? It's like everybody's just winging it. That is my feeling on it. And I feel with the numbers in this pile, there's a lot of intense numbers. We've got an 11, we've got a 16, we've got a 9. 11 and 16 are always the numbers. If you follow me on Facebook, you'll know I always say it's the numbers that are here to shake you up, to wake you up. And 9 is about endings. So it is about like ending like ways of being, certain behaviours that don't serve you. So perhaps you have been particularly controlling of how you want things to go, but it's actually about trusting. It's about letting go and letting things unfold naturally the way that they're meant to, without you trying to control it or kind of holding on or kind of, you know, just worrying, because worry just puts you know, energy into a situation that isn't going to help. So just let it go, give it to God, give it to God, give it to God, and be yourself, your magnificent self. Lovely. I love that. Right, let's read. Oh, I just pulled it out. I just opened it up at the right page. Right, so revitalise your nervous system. Green assists to revitalise your nervous system, heart, circulatory system, and liver. It can help you lower your blood pressure, calm your body, and release frustration and anger. Green is very useful in meditation and healing. It also stimulates growth and is good for helping heal broken bones. Surround anyone who is unwell with green. Use green rays to revitalise your nervous system and expand your heart. Oh my God, that's so weird, because I've not read this in ages and I forgot it said that. So that's really freaked me out that I was saying that about the heart expansion. And it wasn't even to do with that card, it was to do with that card, but it's because they're both green. Love it. Right, so here's a little meditation if you want to do it. But before I do the meditation, the page number is 28, and that adds up to 10. And 10 is also a number of endings and beginnings, relating to the 9 card there. So, you know, you are in a bit of an in-betweeny phase, as I would say. So be gentle with yourself and allow things to unfold naturally. Right, here's your meditation. To revitalise your nervous system, assist with circulation, and to lower blood pressure. Why do I have trouble saying that? Blood pressure. Focus on flooding your nervous system with green rays of light. With your mind, direct the light throughout your whole spine before moving it into your heart. Rotate green light around your heart until you feel your heart expand, relax, and fill up with vitality. Say, Divine Intelligence, please assist me to release all the pressure and stress from my heart and nervous system, and fill me up with your healing, revitalizing green light. Wow, I'm loving the fact that this really does all seem to be about healing, releasing, letting go of control, coming into your power, shining bright and being magnificent. Loving it. Right, I think that's everything for that one. Right, let's go into pile 3. So for pile 3, we've got Rose, okay, but I pulled it in reverse. Don't know if that really applies to them, but I'll see when I'm reading it. We've got Action in reverse. I'm making up my own rules because these are in the book. Like, I'm not a big fan of reading books. It's only when I really love it that I read the book. It's in the book. In these books, you're not meant to read it reverse. But again, like I say, I just make up my own rules. I do my own thing. I've got Uranus right next to my Sag moon, so I'm a bit wacky when it comes to making up my own rules. And so should be. That's me being me. You be you. Right, you needed that message, pile 3. Right, you've got daydreams and decisions. You deserve love and independence. Right, let's go. So, with Rose, this is about attracting a relationship. So if you are in a relationship, I tend to just feel this is about attracting even more intimacy and closeness, because who doesn't want that? Do you know what I mean? There's lots, right, you know, there's some people that like myself, it's like I'm all or nothing, right? So it's like when I'm with somebody, I'm giving them my all, and it would take, you know what I mean? It's kind of like, it takes a lot for me to do that. But if I really trust someone, this goes for friendships too, because all the best romantic relationships start with a friendship, I believe. You really want them to be your best friend, don't you? That's, you know, it's just like how you get on with your best friend, but it's just with the romance and, you know, included. That's my belief on it anyway. But it's kind of like, you know, some people, not everybody that are even in loving relationships find it easy to open up to their partner. So this is about, you know, I feel that's really going to fit with somebody watching this right now, that it's like, you know, perhaps that you're feeling a bit into yourself and kind of like finding it hard to open up to your partner, or if you're not with a partner, it is about you're working hard at your self-love, or you should be, to attract that ideal partnership for you. Because there's no perfect partnership. There's just going to be another imperfect person out there that's perfect for you. That's my belief. Right, so this card adds up to 8, which is abundance, attracting opportunities, coming into your personal power and stuff. I'm just going to mention it went away, but I had a bit of a warm heat on my thigh, so that would connect to the root chakra. So I also feel as well there's a need to get grounded. So it's either somebody panicking about their relationship or relationship that they want to have, but like spirit were like literally making my leg heat up, and that's what I feel that's about. So I'm just mentioning it. So again, definitely let me know in the comments if you felt heat on your leg as I'm saying that, or if what I said resonated. So, and again, that's just a wee taster actually of what spirit do with me in personal sessions. Because I do soul retrieval and shamanic healing and stuff, it does get pretty weird and pretty deep, and I can pick up on a lot of things within your energy, and it I feel it in mine. But again, because I'm a medium and a channeler as well, you'll often notice that, probably not with what I'm doing here, but I'll say things, like I'll just be talking, and then when I go to use the cards will just reflect exactly what I said. Like what happened with the pile before. I said something about heart expansion, and then it had all that stuff about heart expansion in the book. And I mean, I hadn't read that book for ages, so it's like I hadn't remembered that from memory, because believe me, my memory is shit. But it's just spirit doing it. It's like they're giving the message before I even get to the cards, because the cards are just tools. Right, anyway. So this isn't meant to be a teaching session, so let's move on. Right, so Rose. So that's basically what I feel that card's about, and then I'll read it at the end. Right, so there's something that you need to take action with, or you're being guided to take action with. And again, full moons are about taking action. It's go time, it's completion. Unless you feel you've done enough, it can be about healing as well. So maybe, you're a bit tired and you need to rest, and that's absolutely fine too. But it usually is about taking some sort of action and then resting. But again, go with what resonates for you. But I did pull this card out reverse, like I said, so I feel, again, there's a bit of reluctance. There's a bit of a theme going throughout the piles so far, but there's a bit of a reluctance to take action with something. And I'm loving that, this almost is a full moon in this card, and remember, this is a full moon reading. So it's about, what is it that you're stalling on? And it's a 15 as well, and actually I'm filming this on the 15th, so that seems quite synchronistic. So if there was something quite significant that happened for you on the Friday just before the full moon, so depending on when I've got this out, that wasn't that long ago, then do let me know. Perhaps, I don't know if it's an anniversary, a birthday, it's just, or something quite significant, or perhaps you just had a bit of an epiphany, because I'm being drawn the clear quartz card that's next. But I do feel there's something significant about the 15 there. And again, the 15 is about the devil, and it's about the devil on your shoulder, the angel on your shoulder. That's funny that made me do that. But it's about kind of like, what are you going to listen to? And it's about duality. It's also about exploring your shadow self, which we will have been doing a lot of. A lot of us will have been doing a lot of during the Scorpio moon, because that's about exploring the shadow too. And it's just, perhaps that's why you're a bit reluctant to take action with something, because you're trying to regain your energy from your energy dipping quite a bit. But again, we're in Sagittarius as I'm filming this. This is a Sagittarius full moon, and if you're anything like me, my energy went really low, but now I'm like, woohoo. And again, a lot of that was to do with James Van Praagh, one of my favourite mediums and one of the world's best mediums, actually liking my post. So again, I'm not going to be quiet about that, you know what I mean? That made my day. So that was quite funny. I have met him before years ago, and I'll just tell that story again because I didn't tell it enough when it happened. That he actually said to me, it was 4 years ago, he said to me that, it was on the Lion's Gateway too, those of you that know your numerology and magical dates, 888. He told me that I heal with angels 24/7, and I have done since the day I was born, and I still do every day. And at some points throughout my life, I hadn't even realised it. And it, it did really, really resonate. But I certainly do know that now. I might not go on about angels 24/7, but it's because I don't feel I need to. But yeah, it was quite a special message, and you'll always have a really close. I'll always have a really close connection with him because of that. So, and I really do hope to meet him again one day, and I believe I will. Positive thinking. I'm a Sag moon. Right. So anyway, get back to you. Action. So yeah, I feel there is something that you're wanting to take action with, right? And I'm just tying that together. Perhaps it's a romantic situation. So now I feel when I'm saying it like that, it's like it's somebody that you want to be with. Like, you know what I mean? You want to be dancing in the moonlight, top loader. Does anyone remember that song? I loved it. I actually heard it yesterday. I think that's quite funny, or recently. But it's like, you want to be dancing in the moonlight. You want to be having fun like this ballerina, like with this person. But Spirit are saying, see if you want that romantic picture there of this couple on the beach, you have to do this first. You have to do it alone. You have to be like, fuck it, I'm on my own. I'm just going to have fun on my own. I'm going to love myself. I'm going to accept myself. I'm going to express myself. Like, she's a ballerina. She's expressing herself. You might be a chef. You can express yourself. You might be an artist. Express yourself. You may express yourself however you want. You might read cards like me. You might express yourself in that way. But whoever it is you are, don't hide your light. Don't dim your light. Be yourself. That came out in one of the other piles, but it's coming out in this, and I'm feeling a lot of heat around my heart as I'm saying this, at the back and at the front, so that's interesting. But it's about really expressing and being yourself, and that pulls forward this into your life, because you're not trying to impress anyone, you're not trying to show off, you're not trying to please anyone, you're just doing whatever the fuck it is you want, and then that person's like, I fucking love that person because they're just being themselves. Love that message. We've not even got to the love card. Oh my god, I'm just going to go wherever, because look how much that ties in with the card for this pile. Love your damn self first. I don't know where the accent came from. It doesn't say damn either, but it does say love. It doesn't. No, it says you deserve love, sorry, but I'm sticking with what I said. You deserve love. You are lovable. So it's like, before you get that, or if you're in a relationship, before it can get deeper, you have to really, what is it that floats your boat? Like, what is it you need to do for yourself so that your partnership you're in right now, or the one that you want to be in, can thrive? Like, you have to give yourself that love. That person in your life right now, or the person you want to be, isn't going to fix that. You need to not fix yourself, but you need to love yourself and accept yourself for how you are, and be in your independence about that. Decide for yourself. Exercise your right to choose. Exercise your right to choose yourself. Choose yourself over any person. And believe me, that, you know, I'm a big fan of love. I'm a big fan of, you know, romance, all of that. But that is what I've learned on my journey, is that you have to love yourself first, and you have to love and accept who you are. And when you do that, that's when you attract that love into your life. And the kind of love that you really deserve. So perhaps you've attracted other situations that weren't so good, but it's because you weren't truly valuing yourself, or you weren't being yourself. Like, I think we've all been in situations where, you know, you're kind of like, oh, I think that person will like me better if I'm like this, so I'll just kind of hide that part of me. That never works, because you're always hiding a part of you. Or it's like, you know, I'm feeling like I'm channeling for people in a relationship, even a marriage right now. It's kind of like perhaps somebody that's a Virgo, because I got drawn the Virgo symbol. But it's kind of like, it's, you know, it's harder for some of us than others to really open our heart and be vulnerable, right? But it has to happen, no matter whether you find it easy or whether you find it a bit harder. It does have to happen. We all have to have that beautiful vulnerability that we share with another, that we first of all are able to be honest with ourselves. Oh my god, see what I mean? I'm ignoring the cards and I'm just channeling, but this card does fit with it. You have to get honest with yourself. And it says, let yourself feel all your emotions. So I'm feeling like someone in a partnership right now. It could, you know, it could pertain to people not in a partnership, but I'm really picking up on someone in a partnership. It's like, you have to take some time to really love and accept yourself, and work out what it is that's going to make you happy for you, and not put all this pressure on your partner to make you happy, because that's never going to work. I mean, they'll make, you know, your partner will make you happy at a certain extent, but you have to really love and accept yourself, and really let yourself feel those deeper shadow feelings about, you know, about perhaps not loving yourself, or not even liking yourself for some people. You have to let yourself feel that. Feel it to heal it, reveal it to heal it. Awareness is a powerful tool. Once you know, and once you can admit to somebody you trust, or yourself, or in your journal, I don't even like myself. It's painful to see it, but it's a powerful place to start and to move forward, and to start to love yourself, to start to love yourself unconditionally. You know what I mean? And to improve your current partnership, or to attract the one that will be the love of your life. And it says, your entire rainbow spectrum of feelings is sending you important messages and guidance. And again, it's because a full moon is an incredibly psychic, intuitive time. So tune in to what your body is telling you right now. I do feel there's an element of, you know, daydreaming coming in on this full moon in Sagittarius for you. And it is, again, full moons are always magical, but Sagittarius, like, again, and I know because it's my sign, Sagittarius moons are kind of very childlike. We're all about the fun, the joy, the happiness, and it's all about manifestation too. And it's all about having fun with your manifestations. And again, a lot of what I've channeled here is about when you're just having fun, dancing in the moonlight. That is a very powerful place to be for manifesting. Being in the present moment and having fun, powerful tools for manifesting. So really visualize, daydream about what it is you want. Act as if you've already got it. Feel those feelings as if you've already got it. I feel that means as well. Clear quartz is also a very powerful crystal for magnifying intentions and visualizing stuff too. So you might want to hold the clear quartz or put one under your pillow as you go to sleep. But I feel there are decisions that you're needing to make around the full moon for what really sets your heart on fire, what heals and feeds your soul, and brings that love in. And again, the 7 is connected to the crown chakra, and listen to a higher power. And like I'd already, that card had said, listen to your intuition. And again, just really value what you're hearing. Trust yourself is what I want to say. Trust yourself, independence. Again, decide for yourself, exercise your right to choose. You order from the universe like you would from a coffee shop. Do you know what I mean? Usually I would be talking about stuff like this on a new moon, but I felt like I wanted to say that. You get into the zone of loving wherever you're at, loving yourself. And if you're not in a partnership, you will attract this. If you already know who it is and you want them, if they're for your highest good, you're for their highest good, you will attract them. But you'll attract them by doing your own thing and being happy by yourself first. And again, if you're in a relationship, same goes, just change it up a bit. You've got to be happy and doing things for yourself first, rather than putting all the pressure on your person to make you happy. Oh my God, this video is almost going to be an hour, so I'll get on with this. Right. This is fun though. I will do a shorter one next time. Hey, wait a minute. Did I read the... Oh, sorry. Shit. Oh, it shows you how non-perfect I am. That's not even a word. I forgot to read the thing. Let me read it. Right, so for pile 3... Rose is the colour of romance, deep love and affection. It assists with opening the heart and attracting a healthy relationship into your life. It can help you if you have low self-esteem, loneliness and sadness. Rose is also great for releasing worry and stress. And it says attracting a relationship. The rose colour helps to attract love into one's life. Today wear pink, a pink top, shirt or hat. You don't need to do that, guys. You can just visualise pink. Focus on this ray and allow yourself to be playful and to have fun. And I did keep going on about having fun. Different shades of pink, especially rose, awaken your heart and allow you to be open to other people. Now, this is what's really interesting. Again, I used to use these cards so much, like all the time when I was in the shop, and I don't use them so much anymore. I use them in personal sessions every now and again, but I think I'm going to start using them again because I love them. It's just they're so special to me. It's kind of like, oh, they're for special things. But I mean, every day is a special day, so you needed to hear that too. You need to treat yourself like every day is a special day. And then for the people that are single, that's when you get that. That's when you get that. The dream, right in the middle of an ordinary life. Love can give you a fairy tale. That just came to mind as well. So you just go living your happy life yourself, and then before you know it, your hottie arrives, whether you're male, female, whatever. Right, so I'm going to read this bit. So it says, use a pink pen to write I meant to say, so yeah, I'm sure what I just read there tied in with what I'd said about having fun. And again, it is because what was meaning is I didn't know that said that, and it's like I've just channeled it, and it's very similar. So that's what I'm saying about being a medium and a channeler, and that is, it's different. It's different. Use a pink pen to write down all the things you love about yourself. As you become aware of your values, so will other people. Write down all the people you love in your life. Let the love energy build. Allow yourself to feel grateful for all those wonderful people. The more love you feel, the easier it is to attract more of it. Sorry, I meant to hold that up. If you're looking for a relationship, write down all the qualities you would like in a person. That was what I was kind of getting at earlier. Then close your eyes and imagine placing your list into a rose bubble. Observe it as it floats out into the universe looking for your perfect mate. Now all you have to do is be open for this wonderful new person to come into your life. Now say, or just listen to me, divine intelligence, I am open to attract wonderful people with open minds and loving hearts into my life. And again, if you're in a relationship, do what of that appeals to you. Right, now we can go on to the next one. What order did I want it to go in? There. Right, so we have strengthen your connection with the divine. So I'll read this at the end, hopefully I remember. So white is a colour of purity. It's a colour of a real strong connection to the divine. It's like I'm being drawn to, this wasn't the crystal that went with it, but mind you, that was clear quartz. But yeah, selenite and clear quartz and stuff. Selenite's a really powerful crystal. It actually, you shouldn't put in water because I think it would dissolve, but it really cleanses like your cards, anything around you. It's like a really powerful crystal for connecting with higher vibrational beings, light beings, angels, things like that. It's a really high vibrational stone. And again, so is white. Like, you know, I remember once at a workshop of that, someone was like, wow, like you've got like so much white and like sky blue in your aura. And like that, it's just, you know what I mean? It's just, it's my connection to spirit is so strong. I'm just basically more in the spirit world than I'm in the material world. You know what I mean? It's a problem. But it's kind of like, that's why. It's because it's just such a strong connection to the spirit world. And again, but that's what shamans do. I walk in between the worlds. Right, so, and again, you know what I mean? It's like, I'm a natural shaman, but then once I realised I was a natural shaman, I now do train with shamans too. So, you know, just pointing that out, that it's, you know, you can go on a journey for yourself, but it's, yeah, you know what I mean? It's, I know what I'm doing, basically, is what I'm saying. Spirit direct me, but I know what I'm doing because I've also got amazing shamanic teachers to now guide me with that too, because it's a lot of power to hold. Right, so maybe I'm saying that because there's a lot of changes going on for you. 35 adds up to 8. 8 is a number of abundance and power. So yeah, I do think it is stepping into your power. Like, I think that's why I was explaining that to you, that it's like, you know, you can't do it all by yourself. And actually, you know, although a lot of the stuff that I learn when I'm with my shamanic teachers, Spirit already showed me, it's kind of like, it is amazing to be around other like-minded people and just to know that, you know, other people get it, because it can be a bit of a unusual and lonely experience at times. So look, oh god, there's a full moon and it looks like there's a lot of shit kicking off in this card. So this card, like a lot of the other piles, is reminding me of the tower energy, waking you, shaking you up to wake you up. So yeah, a lot of change going on in this card. Red is the colour of the root chakra, so perhaps you're needing a bit of grounding at this time. Yellow jasper, control issues. Utilize your God-given strength and power instead of fearing that others may try to control you. So again, there's something here that's really interesting about, it's like, there's something about like holding your own, like being yourself, because she's on her own, and you know, red is about passion and, you know, foundation and everything, trusting in your connection, but also like being around others, because that's really interesting, because I wondered why I was saying that about it, but it's kind of like what I was saying about, like, I know that I've got a strong connection to spirit, right? But it's like there's so much change going on, and it's like it helps me to trust others that get what I'm going through and that can support me on my journey as a healer, so that I can support other people in their journey, their healing journey, even better. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like, it's embracing your own vulnerability too, rather than being like, oh, I can do it all by myself. Like, just, I'm doing it by myself. There's a fucking thunderstorm going on, but I'm just going to do it by myself. It's kind of like, you know, hand over your control issues a little bit, instead of fearing that other people are going to try and, like, you know, take over control over you in a way that you wouldn't want. You know, like, it's not always going to be the case. And actually, and I feel the people that you're going to let into your life are actually going to help with your success and growth. Like, you're going to help them grow with their success, and they're going to help you grow. So really do trust the people that you've got a strong feeling that you can trust, rather than trying to do it all by yourself. And it was upside down, so I feel like, again, this could be a bit of self-sabotaging coming in. I'm feeling control issues. It's kind of like, no, I can do it by myself. I can do it by myself. You know what I mean? I can do it. I've definitely been there, by the way. And it's like, trust me, when you do allow other people to help you, life gets a little bit better. So, you know what I mean? I think we all do it, though. We're all like, oh, no, I can do this myself. I can do it myself. But it's kind of like me. It's kind of like, you know, I have got a very strong connection to spirit. And I can do some technical stuff, but some stuff, it's like, I can do it, but I don't need to do it. Do you know what I mean? It's just a waste of my energy when I can use all my energy for doing this. So it's just about releasing control where it needs to be released. So again, apply that to your life. So I feel it's about control over situations. This has came up in one of the other piles. Fuck, this video has been an hour now, but never mind. But yeah, when you're able to do that, You're able to grow into your power, another 8. You're able to grow your financial situation. You're able to grow spiritually because it's got a purple background, and that is, again, your connection to the divine, which is what this card's about. And again, it's all about, like, this is funny, this is like pile 3. It's about loving yourself first. And by your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. So I feel like by you, oh, this is putting another element on it too. It's like, look, that person's herself, right? Red to me is like independent. It's actually very Aries as well, like me, or Venus in Aries. I've got both those things. And it's kind of like, this person's by herself, right? And when you've been by yourself, you know, it is kind of quite hard to let somebody help you, or especially a romantic partner, but it's about kind of release control of that, because you can grow together, you know what I mean, and be a big at success together. So again, this is either a romantic partnership with this card, or it's in business, but it's about your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. This card that's coming in is about when you are, oh, this is like the other card, the message, so right, wait a minute. Release your ties to the past. So anyone that you haven't trusted in the past, release it, start again. When you let go of the old, you make room for the new. So this is about making room for new connections, I'm going to say. So for some of you, it's romantic connections. For others, it's like business connections. For others, it's connections, friendships. But it's like when you release the negative or the painful past where you haven't been able to trust people, you open up for this new friendship, new connections to come in. And you'll know, because you know when you have that love and self-respect for yourself, you'll know when it's right to trust someone or not. And that's, you know, so there is something around that, and it's just the change, it's the changes that are going on, and the opportunity to expand and grow, because that's Sagittarius and that's also Jupiter, and oh my god, that's also opportunity fits with that. And look, it's like that's a follow your North Star, follow your North Node. But it's kind of like, you know what I mean? It's and there is a lot of change that go on at full moons as well. And like I said, there is a full moon in that card. But let's read the 40 card. I cannot believe this has been an hour, but hey ho, it was meant to be. Right, so Peril says, Peril is a special shade of white which calms, purifies and promotes faith. It allows you to flow with life and connect to your divine nature. Peril is a colour of personal integrity, truth and loyalty. It brings clarity, peace and harmony into your life. To strengthen your connection to the divine, visualise pearly white light. And again, remember, truth and everything is to do with Sagittarius moon, because again, that's what I am. So, you know, a lot of truth will be coming up on this full moon, because full moons always illuminate the truth anyway. And here's a little meditation. Imagine a ladder made of pearly white light. In your mind's eye, begin climbing this ladder. With every step, allow yourself to breathe in more pearly white light, which in turn clears up your mind, releasing all density and heaviness out of your body. Allow yourself to focus on the purity, clarity, and the divine connection between your body, mind, emotions, and soul. When you feel like you're close to divine light, open your arms wide and say, or listen to me say, Divine Spirit, I ask you to surround me with your healing light. Please strengthen my connection to the divine. Allow me to feel connected to your love and light. And then breathe in this light and feel its fullness pouring into your soul until you feel whole. Then climb down the ladder, knowing that you're loved, connected, and full of light. I'm loving that it lands on page 70, reducing to 7, and ties in with the number, the colour, connection to the divine. So, I'm done. I've been doing this for an hour. I hope you enjoyed this. Please let me know. I'll do a shorter one the next time, or I'll at least try. This was meant to be, about 20 minutes. But hey ho, I'm a great believer in things end up the way that they're meant to end. Oh, and look at that. Look what was just staring at me, connection. And that's a lot about what I was talking about. Oh my God. And for some of you that are looking for a romantic partner, look at that. There's a tiny little couple in her hands. So I needed to read this message as a collective message. Connect with someone special. A loved one is a gift to treasure. So there's an extra message. Reach out to somebody that you miss or you've been thinking about. Or perhaps they're going to reach out to you. Only you'll know which one applies. Thank you, and I'll see you on the next upload.